Mega Man X Legacy Collection.
That's pretty loud. Yeah, this is the Mega Man X Legacy Collection. I'm here to play Mega Man X4. We're gonna create some save data, and I'm gonna put it up on the channel, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I got this compilation because it got all the 4 X games I have played. I haven't played any of the X games after 4. I don't know what Rookie Hunter mode is, but I'm not that. You know what? I'm debating whether or not I'm gonna just play this on the PlayStation emulator. We'll see. I'll see how the first stage goes. Okay, so I'll talk all about what. Oh wait, 1 second. That looks like it's got a weird filter. Yeah. Okay, cool. You can change the filter. You can change the wallpaper to X234. What is X challenge? Alright, so that's not that. Screen size. I'm going to change the screen. Original aspect ratio. Expanded to fit the screen. Oh, I see. We're not gonna do that. And then that's widescreen? You know, I'm going to keep it at its original aspect ratio. And then we'll roll with that. Alright, we're going to start with X. And then after we finish with X, we're going to play S0. And it's going to be 100% run of both.
It's about the Maverick Hunters, General. They are far too eager to please the humans and continue to hunt down the Reploids. Do you believe they pose a significant threat?
Perhaps.
You already know the truth, General. Their sole mission has been to destroy any Reploids who fail to do as the humans order. It's in your best interest to stop them now, before they turn on you. You possess enough power to destroy them!
You are dismissed.
What?
I will not betray the humans. Remove yourself from my sight. My business with you has concluded.
Very well. But you will change your mind soon, I assure you.
His voice acting is horrible. Hunter HQ. Mavericks have been found at point 5567. The Mavericks occupied the Sky Lagoon using the most advanced weapons available. The army appears to be the Repliforce. X says, "Roger that, I'm on my way now." Alright, here we go. I haven't played this game in a while. First, what I gotta do is I gotta change the controls a little bit. X Buster, jump, dash, giga, attack. Oh, that's X Buster and weapon. There we go. X Buster, weapon select R, weapon select L, and I think we're set. Alright. Now, X is voiced by a girl in this game. But in the later games, he's voiced by a guy. I especially like his voice in Maverick Hunter X. This thing. We're gonna ignore this flying thing in the background. He's of no concern to us. This game came out in 1990, not 1996, but it came out in 1997. Shut up. Came out and hurry up. It came out in 1997 for the Sega Saturn and PlayStation 1 or PlayStation or PSX. Okay. This is the first game where you can play as X and a fully playable Zero. He's the red robot. This is X, your Dragoon from the 14th unit. Dragoon says, "This isn't good, X. That Maverick just destroyed the power reactor." X says, "What?" Then the Sky Lagoon will come crashing into the ground. "It's too late, X. It's time I made my escape. I suggest you do the same. And don't do anything reckless on the way out, okay?" And he exits stage right. And X says, "The city below will soon become a sea of flames. Many people will perish. I have no choice but to escape from here and head to the city below." So we were on the Sky Lagoon, which is, I guess, a giant flying fortress. And this thing crashed into the ground and destroyed everything. So X says, "Whoa, the city has been completely destroyed. They were innocent people. I won't forget this." Or, "I won't forget this." Is the kind of voice that he kind of has. Let's see. When did I start playing this game? I started playing this game, let's see, 97, so I'd have been 4. I'd have been 4 years old. The game wasn't originally mine. It was my cousin's. Okay, and he had the game. I didn't actually beat the game until a couple years later, because this deal was hard. I enjoyed Zero more because like, I didn't know anything about the X series, but I knew that Zero was red and red was my favorite color. So, you know, that was pretty much it. I enjoyed the Buster, but I also liked the Z-Saber. I think at the time, the formula, because this is the 4th game in the series, or the 4th game in the Mega Man X series, and this is like after a great majority of the regular Mega Man games came out. Okay, so like this formula was getting stale by the time X4 came out, so to be able to play a Zero was a big deal at the time. So here we got the big green dude that we saw at the Sky Lagoon, and he's gonna be in our way for all of maybe a minute. Alright, real simple. I actually forgot how to, like, what his attacks were, because I usually kill him within like a minute, and he's already like a half, you know. So, you know, depending on how this series go, I may decide to do the other games like X1, 2, and 3. I don't know how to play X1, 2, and 3 nearly as well as I know how to play 4, but I have played all 4 of them to 100%, or at least the first 4 to 100%. X says, "Who are you?" Colonel says, "I'm the Colonel of the Repliforce." X says, "Has the Repliforce been occupying this area?" Colonel says, "What are you talking about? I only came to save my sister." It said, "The army responsible for all the violence in this region is not the Repliforce." X says, "Nevertheless, I want you to disarm and follow me back to the HQ. HQ being Maverick Hunter HQ. Never. You're asking my soldiers to drop their weapons? The only time we drop our weapons is when we aren't able to fight any longer. But you will be regarded as a Maverick and treated as such." Colonel says, "Do as you will. The Repliforce would sooner fight and die than discard our pride." Colonel says, "Consider us Mavericks if this is what you wish." X says, "Wait, damn it! Calm down, Colonel." And he bails. X like, what the hell? Something's got to give. Otherwise, the entire Repliforce will be considered to be Mavericks. So I'll talk a little bit from what I remember of this. Oh, we're gonna save to slot 1. Look how fast this saves. This thing never saved that fast on my PlayStation.
Brave soldiers of Repliforce, we have all been wrongfully judged as Mavericks by the humans. We cannot suffer this indignity and live in disgrace. We will build our own nation of Reploids. But remember, this is neither about insurrection nor rebellion against our human creators. This is about our liberty and security. We must battle for our own individual rights and our own survival. Together we will build our nation, a sanctuary for all Reploids, our own utopia. Let us forge onward towards a new golden era for the Repliforce.
I too share the general sentiment. Take heed, we have no other choice. Let us fight valiantly, with courage and pride, without fear, for we are the Repliforce. The most powerful army in history!
The General has finally taken action. And now, my Maverick Hunters, what will you do? I'll be watching closely from here on out.
Okay. So, first, X says, who are you? This big guy says, call me Double, the Rookie Hunter, my liege. The Repliforce has begun its coup. X says, wait, Colonel, you jump into conclusions here. Double says, sir, you've been given the order to scramble. X is like, damn, right, I'm leaving right now. Alright, this is the jungle. Infiltrate enemy-occupied jungle and destroy the weapon under construction. Also, we must go to cyberspace because a bug has corrupted the network. We need to dive into cyberspace and exterminate it. Okay, the Air Force. The Repliforce ship has taken off. Pursue and blast it out of the air. Okay, the Volcano. Dragoon of the 14th Maverick Hunter unit is a traitor. Locate and bring him back to the Hunter HQ. So the Marine base. Repliforce decimated the city and left. Pursue them aboard a land chaser. The Bio Lab. The abandoned lab is now operational. Investigate and destroy the lab. It's at the military train. A military train is moving supplies. Cut off Repliforce's supply route. And the snow base. We've discovered a hidden snow base. Halt production of their new weapon. Alright. First I'll talk about all that when I do the second stage, okay? But for now, X has some upgrades. I'm going to try and go through all the stages in the proper order to get the upgrades as quickly as possible. I'm going to first go to the jungle because that's where the easiest one is. Okay. This guy is called Web Spider. He's the boss of the stage. He protects the secret weapon of the jungle. Alright. Now I'll talk about some lore. Look how fast this game loads. My goodness.
Ready.
Okay. So I'll try to do this as best I can. With the events of Mega Man X4, you have two factions in this game. You have, well, first, I'll talk about robots. X and Zero are robots, okay? X, in order to make sure that he did not go nuts and, start hurting humans, his creator put him through a series of tests, okay, in order to confirm that he was safe to interact with humans. This is his creator, Dr. Light. This battle should never have happened, X. Why must Reploids fight each other? Why do these peacekeepers persist in fighting each other? This must be some sort of mistake. X, enter this capsule. Equip with this to discover the truth. Equip with this boot module and jump twice in the air to hover. You can move either left or right and will remain airborne for a few moments. It is effective for negotiating through higher and more dangerous terrain. Ooh, excuse me. Stop this tragic war as soon as possible. X. Alright, this is one of our 4 upgrades. I'll talk all about the upgrades later. For now, though, X's creator, in order to make sure that X did not go nuts and harm humans in the future, he put him through a series of tests. All right, the testing, in order to make sure that he was going to be all good, took like 30 years. In that 30 years time, Light died, and he left explicit instructions to not wake X up until after his testing was complete. Okay, however, X was found by a different scientist. This guy was called Dr. Kane, and Dr. Kane used like I guess I guess he studied X's schematics and created another set of robots called Reploids. Okay, and these Reploids, I guess, you know, ushered humanity into a new era of progress and so on and so forth. Essentially, all of the robots that you see in Mega Man X are based off of X's design, okay? Which is why they all kind of look a little similar to X in one way or another, okay? All of the Reploids are based off of X, okay? Zero is not based off of X because Zero is a robot that was created around the same time as X, all right? Let's see, and how to keep going without spoiling things. The major antagonist of the Mega Man X series is a Reploid called Sigma. He was good until he was infected with a specific virus that made him go nuts and go after, you know, start attacking humans. Why isn't X susceptible to this virus? Well, because X went through 30 years of testing in order to make sure that he was all good, you know, to interact with humans. X is part of a new, in the context of the lore of this game, X is part of a new breed of robots, one that's designed to freely think and act for themselves, okay? Which is why all of these robots, you know, have a mind of their own. All right, X is part of a group called Maverick Hunters that basically go after these robots that have basically ignored the first rule of robotics, which is to never harm a human. Any of these no good robots are hunted after by the Maverick Hunters, of which X is a part. Okay, let's see. In Mega Man X4, you have two factions. You have the Maverick Hunters, which go after the bad guys, and you have the Repliforce. The Repliforce is like the robot army. Okay, they have an air force, they have an army, and they have a navy. Okay, the big yellow dude that you saw, who was talking to a masked person, was the general. Okay, he commands the entire army. And the guy that you with the nice accent, that is the colonel, the guy that X spoke to earlier. Okay, the guy that's supposed to be looking for his sister. All right, these guys have decided to turn on humans and start attacking and sabotaging and all of this horrible stuff. Well, now the Maverick Hunters have had no choice but to classify everybody in Repliforce as a Maverick. So X and Zero and their units are being sent to take down every single major player in the Repliforce. Okay? This is Spider. You've labeled us all as Mavericks. I won't let you pass. Turn back now. Alright, this guy is Web Spider. When I first started playing this game, he was the hardest. He was a very hard guy for me to fight because of these blue webs that he spits out. Okay? The way to avoid these blue webs and a lot of projectiles that are fired off by bosses is when they get ready to fire them, you want to make sure that you're standing close to them and then dash out of the way and jump over it. Very simple. You know, I'm making it look very simple. At the time, I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to do it. Okay? After we defeat this guy, the way the Mega Man and the Mega Man X games work is that you go through the stage, you deal with the boss. After you fight the boss and defeat the boss, you get the boss's weapon. Okay? And it tends to be that the boss's weapon tends to be that the boss's weapons will defeat other bosses. Like every boss is apparently weak to the weapon of another boss. Okay, conveniently so. All right, conveniently so. Every boss seems to be weak to another boss's weapon in most cases. let's see. These special weapons will allow you to get various items that may be hidden away within these stages. Okay. In addition, in every X game, or at least in every X game, at least for 4, because I know that 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the ones that I've played. X has a set of armor in each Mega Man X game, and you need to use various abilities. First off, this is Lightning Web. Fires a spider net charged with electricity. Can be used to attack, wall jump, or double jump. Okay, we're going to save to there. We're going to have to revisit this stage to get an item that I need another ability to access. Okay, but yeah, there are items hidden all throughout the stages that you will need various items from all of these bosses in order to obtain in many cases. The next armor that we need, we have one part. We have his boots. The other part of the armor that I'm going to try to get is in cyberspace. However, in order to make my life easier, I'm going to go through this stage, the bio laboratory, because I need the special ability from the boss in order to make traversing this guy's stages a lot easier. Alright, so we're going to do this. It's a split mushroom. He occupies the laboratory and will attack whoever visits there. Alright, so this game does things, I think visually, this game looks much better than X1, 2, and 3, because X1, 2, and 3 were all done on a Super Nintendo, with the exception of, I think, X3. X3 has a 32-bit version that's on Saturn and PlayStation. Okay. Let's see. If we pause here, you see a number of hollowed out silhouettes. We have the X-Buster. We obtained Lightning Web. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 more power-ups to get, which we will have by the end of the game. There's also this EEW. These are energy tanks and weapon tanks. Energy tanks fill your HP. Weapon tanks, not that. Weapon tanks, at least for now, when X uses a weapon, it uses up some of that bar that's next to his health bar on the right. Okay, and the weapon tank will fill that energy. Okay. There's also another item that I need to get, which is called the. Am I about to die? Really? Which is called the EX tank. I hope I don't die. That'll be embarrassing. There's another weapon or another item called the EX tank. Okay, whenever you start, whenever you load up a game in Mega Man X4, you start with 2 lives. The EX tank will make it so that I'm gonna go this way. I usually take the right path with 0 and the left path with X. Whenever you get the EX tank, or as I should say, whenever you load up a new game, you start with 2 lives. Okay, the EX tank will make it so that you start with 4 lives whenever you load a game, instead of 2. Alright, so after we climb our way up here, I need to dash my way. Well, not really dash, just need to make my way up these ladders. This boss is a pain in the neck if you do it manually. I hate doing it manually. I'm gonna do it manually. I'm gonna try to fight all of these bosses manually and not with their special weaknesses, because I'm going to fight all of these bosses again. You have to do rematches with all of the bosses. When I do the rematches with the bosses, I'll defeat them with their respective weaknesses, but at least the first time I fight them, I will try to beat them all with the Buster, if I remember to. Sometimes you'll come across sub-bosses like this, and you know, they each have different ways that you beat them. For this one, he destroys platforms. So when he rises up on a platform, you want to shoot him, and then he'll drop down and hit the next platform. Alright, this is part 1 of the stage. Next, we're on part 2. Alright, and this is annoying. This part right here. I think the game, well, I can't really say if the game is harder as X, because I guess it's intended that you play through the game as X. Okay, it's Mega Man X. I would say that if you like close combat, Zero's a lot easier. Between the two, Zero's weapon does more damage than X's, at least in the beginning. By late game, X's weapons do a lot. X's X Buster, which is this thing, it does a ton of damage. The boots upgrade that I got that you see, where his boots now look a different color from the blue that you see on the stage select. If you jump in and tap the button again, he can float or he can hover. Okay, he can also shoot when he hovers. Notice the light effect that goes up when he shoots. That's it. That's in X4. That doesn't happen in X3. Okay, this is the new graphics, you know, that you see here. He can also move left and right. If he moves left and right, he hovers for a shorter time. I just want to blow that up. Yeah, I gotta make sure I charge the Buster and kill. Yeah, I gotta make sure I charge the Buster early and shoot the plants, just to make life a little bit easier. When this elevator finishes, I'll be near the boss. All right. Embarrassing. All right, I'll skip. All right, now that I have overcome the elevator section, I forgot exactly what I was talking about. But that's okay, because we're here at the boss now. Alright, this guy. Are you X? I'm under orders to terminate you. X like, what? Whose orders? Mushroom says, take a wild guess. Okay. If you've played the X series, you already know. If you haven't played the X series, I'm not going to spoil it. This guy's a pain in the neck. I hate dealing with him, with the Buster. I'm going to try and... Ow. I'm going to try and take him out and not die in the process. This guy tends to split himself up. Both him and his copy will do a lot of damage. Ow. Okay, he's there. Wait, chill out. Okay. What's he doing? I forgot how to fight. He's doing a lot. Hate it. Hate it. Alright. I guess I'll skip to when I kill him. Ugh! Stupid mushroom! Alright, so that was the, I think that was the hardest boss for me to fight. So now that we've gotten him out of the way, life's gonna be a lot easier.
You got Soul Body.
So we got this move called Soul Body. It accumulates energy and generates an illusion. Enemies will sustain damage if struck by the soul energy. Requires high energy expenditures, however, and will eventually dissipate in time or if it sustains heavy damage. Alright. Basically, you can push out a copy of yourself similar to what the boss did, as you saw. The game has been saved. We will keep going.